Give me 1 second. I'm gonna start the recording. Okay. Yeah. So it's on. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna start the recording. Okay. Yeah. So it's on.
We're still getting. Bob, go ahead and speak for a second. I'm just seeing if you're. Bob, can you hear me?
How's that?
Okay, you're good.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so everybody, welcome once again to CWRAP, Conversations with Rotary Action People. Today we have our brand new district governor, Bob Gross, and he is going to give us a little presentation on the upcoming year. I'll just briefly give you his background. Most of you have seen or heard, and so you know who he is, but he was born in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Met his wife 52 years there. They have grown sons, and teenage grandsons. Bob is a chemical engineer, earned his degrees from University of South Carolina, licensed in various states. He's a member of the Sea Island Rotary Club. He's held many positions there. He was president back in 6 and 7. He's a graduate of RLI, 10-star Rotarian, Paul Harris Fellow, major donor, etc. And he received the Rotary Foundation's Citation for Meritorious Service Award in 2017. As we've learned before, Bob's hobbies definitely include traveling, Cirque du Soleil, and golf. He's visited Rotary clubs in 10 countries and has attended 7 international conventions. So Bob, you're on.
Thank you, Lou. It is an honor to be here. I'm absolutely honored. And I apologize for the technical difficulties. I was telling everybody that we have a power outage at the office, which is where this computer normally is. And the camera associated with it, I didn't bring it home with me. And the camera in the computer ain't working. So chemical engineer, yes. Electrical engineer, computer engineer, no. Where is Bernie when you need him? All right. And my computer at the house, which will work, is very slow. And I've been talking to Bernie about getting a new one. So anyway, just want to spend a few minutes and talk about the upcoming year. And let me start by saying what I've said many times, that following Paul Walter is a very, very difficult act. It really is like following Santa Claus in the Christmas parade. Paul had a great year, did a lot of very good things under difficult times, rebuilding our district. And I'll talk about some of those things in just a few minutes. For those who have not, some of you have seen these slides before. And if you have, hope it doesn't bore you, but some of these are important. And there we go. This is our new logo and theme from President Jennifer Jones. And briefly to tell you what these symbols mean. The round circle means that we are one people. The 7 dots represent Rotary's 7 areas of focus. Her international convention next May is going to be in Melbourne, Australia, and that green bar is an Australian digging stick, and it represents the fact that we are people of action. And her theme is imagine. Imagine a world without polio, and we are getting close. Imagine a world with clean water for everyone, and that's something that is near and dear to my heart. Imagine a world that deserves our best, where we get up each day knowing that we can make a difference. Imagine a world free of disease. Imagine a world where every child learns to read. Imagine kindness, hope, love, and peace. And these are ideals that Jennifer has given all of us to guide us in the coming year. Again, the colors are purple, which represent polio eradication, green, which represents the environment, our newest area of focus. White is our peace, is for peace, which is our core mission. And also those colors represent the colors of the suffragette, the women's movement of 100 years ago. All right, if I can. I'm gonna move some of these things so I can see what I'm talking from. It's kind of hard to do this. All right. For those who have not seen it, Rotary's vision statement is that together we see a world where people unite, we take action, we create a lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. These are action words, and this is Rotary's action plan for the next 5 years. To increase our impact, expand our reach, enhance our participant engagement, and increase our ability to adapt. Those 3 key words, increase, expand, enhance, are words of action. And that's what this is all about. This is about growing Rotary. And that doesn't mean just the numbers of members, although that is a major part of it. It means that we are a membership organization that provides service. And as Paul said last year many times, the more members we have, the more service we can provide. One of the things I want to do this year is continue past District Governor Paul's and Digit Matheny's incredible growth. And for those who don't know, our district led Paul, I think, the country in growth. We have had more growth than I think any other, or just about any other district in all of North America. We have a very strong membership program. Sandy Olson has an incredible membership team. We have a membership summit on August 20th at Nexton outside of Somerville. And that is going to be a very dynamic event. And I hope every president-elect, and membership chair can attend. That is a big deal. So please put it on your agenda, and you will be hearing more about it. It also means that we should develop our members. It means we should increase our retention, that those members should be more involved, should become involved on club committees and club activities. It also means to attend district conferences and international conventions, because that's where you really get to see the breadth of Rotary and its wide impact. Another thing that we need to do, and each of us needs to be on the lookout for, future leaders, club presidents, committee chairs, district governors, assistant governors. In fact, right now, we're looking for emerging leaders to attend the Zone Summit in Baltimore in late September, early October. So if you know of any emerging leaders, please let me know so we can invite them. Our foundation is the engine that drives us. We need to increase the impact from our foundation. And that means supporting the foundation. It means meeting annual goals. The annual goals are going out right now. I'm sorry, the club goals have gone out. This year, it's almost $700,000 is our district goal. I think 696. But we need to ensure that each club meets its foundation goals, because that's half of that money comes back to us in 3 years. And that's the money that we use for district grants, scholarships, ambassadorial scholars, et cetera, et cetera. The other part of our foundation, which is Rotary's primary focus right now, is ending polio. And we are very, very close. I think this year, Bernie, I think we have 8 so far this year in 2 countries, Pakistan and Afghanistan, and we know why. And they are taking measures to reduce that number down to 0. Each club really needs to have a strong foundation chair and a strong membership chair. And I'm pushing hard for each club to have that. The other part, the third leg of that stool, or the third musketeer of the 3 musketeers, is public image. And it's probably the glue that holds a lot of us together, holds a lot of Rotary together. It's the way that we present ourselves. It's how Rotary is perceived in the world. It's an awareness of our services and our activities. It builds awareness of our impact and our brand, and it motivates, engages, and inspires our current and prospective members. I can tell you that when I wear the Rotary shirt, I'm a little more careful of some things I might say. I'm a little more careful of things I might do because people see me and they see Rotary. So Rotary has that effect on me presenting a positive image. I don't know if you have ever heard the saying from Muhammad Ali that service is the rent we pay to have a room on this earth, but that's very true. Each of us has an obligation to provide service to his fellow man or her fellow man. The one saying that I'm just in love with that I heard years ago, and Ann Matthews, I remember telling you this, I don't know, 10 to 15 years ago. What we do for ourselves dies with us. What we do for others and the world remains and is immortal. And personally, I think that should be the motto of the Rotary Foundation. All right, successful clubs, and I start my club visits tomorrow in Bennettsville and go to Goose Creek tomorrow night. And the world's starting to move. Need to have plans, need to have good committees, strong committees, membership, foundation, and public image. Need to set their goals in Rotary Club Central. They need to have projects that support their communities. They need to assess what their communities need. They need to grow membership and develop their members, support the Rotary Foundation, polio, and the foundation, and publicize the work they do and identify leaders. Those are the things that I'm going to be pushing this year. And the way I'm going to do it, very simply, is through three very good, very strong committees: membership, foundation, and public image. Membership is chaired by Sandy Olson, who lives in Sumter and is in the, which club, Sandy? Forest Acres? Okay. Sorry? Okay. The foundation committee is chaired by Paula Matthews. Paula's in the she's a past district governor, and she has a strong team, and she's from the Spring Valley Club. Public image is chaired by Ken Gask from Columbia, and he has put together a team as well. So each of these three committees has strong teams. They have plans for what they plan to do. They know where they're going. They are going to be pushy, and that's fine. We need to be pushed. We are continuing the rebuilding of Rotary after the pandemic. We're continuing the rebuilding that Paul started very successfully, and that's where we are, and that's where we're headed. So, Lou, how do I unshare the screen? Okay.
Okay, yes, we are back.
Okay.
Everybody's lovely faces. Okay, Go ahead, Bob.
Anyway, I can see you. You can't see me, but and the other key element of that, besides the three committee chairs, are the assistant governors. Whoops. Are the assistant governors, and I see a few of them on today, and I'm going to rely very heavily on the assistant governors to stay in touch with their clubs, keep them between the ditches, and keep them on track. So that's the total team, and that's where we're headed. Lou, if there are any questions, I'll be very happy to answer them, or comments, or whatever.
There are no questions, but some comments. Looking forward to your year. 9 clubs still don't have membership chairs. A few clubs also don't have public image chairs. So that's just a task that I know you're taking on to try to remedy and get the chairs, or the coaches, as Sandy wants to say, to follow up with those clubs accordingly. But other than that, I don't see any questions. Anybody have any comments? Just want to raise your hand and we'll unmute yourself.
I can tell you that Sandy is bringing experience that she has learned from other districts, where the growing Rotary has been very, very successful. And that is the genesis for our membership summit, August 20th. This is not something that we just dreamed up. This is something that has been tried and tested and has been very effective in other districts. So this is something that this is a big deal. We have never had one like this. And we're going to have speakers from all over the zone. And it's going to be, I saw a similar presentation in Richmond a couple of months ago, and it's dynamic. It's dynamic. It'll give you the tools to increase membership and make your club happy and healthy. That's the goal.
Hello, everybody from Camden.
Hello.
This may not be the place to put this, but as attendance chair of my club,
Hey, Johnny.
I'm really to see what's going on with attendance.
Well, attendance is not a requirement anymore. However, you can't really participate in your club if you don't attend. You can't be part of your club if you don't attend. During the pandemic, we survived with Zoom, and that got us by. But for the most part, I wouldn't say that's over, but we are almost every club is back to meeting live, and we need to meet in person. The camaraderie, being together, exchanging ideas person to person is key. So even though Rotary may not require people to be there, some clubs do, Johnny. Some clubs do. It is a very important part of it. So you need to push it. I will help you push it. But people need to be there and be involved and participate.
Okay, I'm just afraid when it's announced that attendance is not required anymore, what that'll do to attendance. And so, I mean, I understand the part about not having to report it, but we need to be up and up with our club, and just, I don't mind tracking attendance. I've done it for many years, but it's just a matter of, getting that word out to the club. I found out about it happenstance. I think, for years it was such a big part of Rotary. Now all of a sudden it's not there. And I just think it needs to be handled better than it's been handled.
Johnny, I'll just make a quick comment. This actually changed back in 2016. Council on Legislation at that point decided that the attendance requirements were really up to each club. And you had the opportunity to continue as a traditional club, take attendance, report back to your members. We did the same thing in our club. We still give out perfect attendance awards and installation banquets, but the club has been told that Rotary International as a whole does not require a specific amount of attendance for meetings. So it's just the way you approach it as an individual, as a board, and let your club know what's going on. So it just opens up many opportunities for different kinds of clubs, innovative clubs, satellite clubs, once a month meeting clubs for impact clubs. So that was kind of like the purpose behind it.
Sure. Well, on the other hand, I think it's a good tool to tell people that want to join that, it's not required, that your attendance is not required, because I think that's a hiccup for a lot of people to join about the attendance. I hear lots of people say, I'm not coming to a meeting every month. I mean, every week, and it's just not in my genre, which is okay. But so on the other hand, it could help attendance, help membership.
True. Yeah, it's a good point.
Well, Johnny,
Yes, sir.
Back in the day, if you missed a certain number of club meetings, you were kicked out of the club, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So, but there are clubs who do have attendance requirements. There is one club in this area, not in my particular area, but down in this part of the state, that requires a prospective member to attend 8 consecutive meetings before that person can be inducted. Well, that's how they want to do it.
Sure.
And
Okay.
they're a very successful club, by the way, very successful. So,
Right.
so you can set your own rules there.
Well, thank you for the information. And we'll take it to our club and talk about it when you visit in August. And we'll take it to our club and talk about it when you visit in August.
Okay.
Mary, go ahead, but I think what's happening, something is going on with your computer, because when I mute you, it stops the background noise.
It's horrible.
I'm not sure what it is.
I'll text you what I was gonna say and you can tell them.
Okay. Okay.
Ann,
I like the comments. Can you hear me?
Yes,
ma'am.
I like the
Yeah,
comments that Johnny made. I think Sandy and this committee, this meeting that's going on, I will not be there. I'll be in Europe and I'll be speaking at that time. I'm sorry, I'll miss that membership seminar. But I think you need to talk to those people coming in here. I know all of them. I know them extremely well. I've heard them speak. But I think you might need to sit with them and talk with them about how they approach that one comment right there. Johnny said, I think that you thought it might be a good idea for the flexibility. I agree with that. But also, I think there's some clubs in this district, and I think I know most of them pretty well. That'll be like hog heaven for some of them to know that they don't have to go to Rotary. So I just think, I'm not telling you what to do, Sandy. I'm simply saying I would talk with those people, meet with those people. Y'all plan how you're going to approach that, how it's going to be addressed. Don't have different perspectives on it in front of the people who attend that conference. I mean, each of us has our own ideas, but I think you need to be together, if I could say that, on what is said at that conference that day, so there's no confusion in our district. That's just a comment I offer.
it's a very good point.
Thanks.
Yep.
Many thanks, Ann. Great advice. Absolutely.
Yes, because we don't want to sit in a breakout and hear something from one person with the membership team and then hear something else. So it is something that I think you need to have a plan for, really, because there's a lot of folks out there just like Johnny, like, okay, I heard this. Is this true? Is this so? How do we deal with it as a club? That sort of thing. And Mary did make one comment just in terms of those clubs who decide that they want to continue as a traditional club. You know, either update your bylaws accordingly, set the parameters, say, hey, meetings are, you know, you need to attend 60% of the meetings to be part of this club, that sort of thing, or 50%, whatever it is that the club decides. But there is totally free option for the clubs to determine their own direction for membership and attendance. So we are at 11:30. And Bob, I wanted to give you an opportunity if you have any last minute comments for everybody or any other hands going up.
I would just like to say thank you again for allowing me to be your governor. And I'm very excited about the team, the teams with the AGs, the committees, and the clubs. That's where it happens. It happens at the club levels. That, you know, I can preach all day long, Lou and Sandy and Bern, we can all preach all day long, but it happens at the club level. So I'm looking forward to being tomorrow. This time tomorrow, I'll be arriving in Bennettsville for my first club visit. I'm a little excited about that. And John Peril, I'm saving the best for last. I'm going to be with us the last of the visits. So I'm looking forward to the clubs and learning about them and helping them become stronger, better clubs. Thank you again.
They might forget what you look like, Bob, if you haven't been there all year. My goodness, that might be hard. Okay.
We won't forget, Lou. We'll remember him.
You got a picture of him on the wall, right?
Yeah, as long as he sends his money, I don't care.
Great. Okay. So thank you, Bob. Thank you, everybody, for your comments, your questions, and for joining us today. And as I think we mentioned in our last CWRAP meeting, we are going to be adjusting the schedule for the CWRAP sessions. I believe we do have one scheduled for next week, which is already locked in. But going forward, we are going to look at doing a once a month CWRAP on the first Monday of each month. That way I think we can, hone in on, really good speakers, keep everybody entertained and interested. And I just think this offers a forum for individuals, members, clubs to look at something else outside of their club, outside of their area, and maybe learn something that will help them make themselves a better club. So with that, I will wrap it up. Mary, if you don't, you may not want to say anything because it'll just provide feedback. But thanks everybody for joining us, and we will dispense with a 4-way test because, Sandy, you have a question? Oh, just a bye? Okay. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week. Thanks.
Thanks, Lou.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Mary.